Hello, friends. I'm Abraham George. Thank you for joining us today for this week's live update. We're in the thick of it with about 25 days left in the legislative session, and I wanted to stay connected with you to give you every, uh, every step of the way, walk you through, and stay with you. These updates are about keeping you informed and giving you some action items to help us push the conservative priorities across the finish line. So now I know the House hasn't been moving much for the most of the session, but that's changing fast. Representative Mitch Little was on our X town hall this week. I believe it was on Monday evening, and he mentioned that lawmakers are even planning to work on the Sunday, which is the Mother's Day. So that's how serious things are getting. So let me just say this: the staff at Capitol and our RPT headquarters, they're absolutely exhausted. They're working long hours. So if you see them, give them some kudos. A pat on the back goes a long way right now. So many of our SREC members and grassroots conservatives are at the Capitol as well. So please reach out to them, say thank you to them. One thing I wanted to shift gears, and one thing that happened over the weekend, something major. School choice is now the law of the land in Texas, signed by Governor Greg Abbott himself, and this is a huge win for Texas families. This has been a fight for, I don't know, the last 40 some years. I want to personally thank our House, our Senate, Chairman Buckley, Speaker Burrows, and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, of course, Governor Greg Abbott, for fighting this to the very end and getting it done. Even our president, Donald Trump, made a phone call to House Republicans urging them to get on the right side of this. So this was definitely a team effort. Many grassroots organizations, along with the Republican Party, TPPF, everyone got behind this and worked through the whole deal, and we finally have a school choice in Texas. So that's a great news. Now let's talk about today's legislative moment. What's happening at the Capitol? Here are some bills that I want to give you, and I want you to know about. I want you to take notes on this so you can actually reach out to your representative to urge them to help tell them that you want to get these bills across the finish line and help the party, help the grassroots, help our state of Texas get some good legislation through. I'm going to start reading some of these things. So Senate Bill 412, we actually passed both House and the Senate. Senator Macy Middleton carried it in the Senate, and Jared Patterson carried it in the House. It limits the use of affirmative defenses in cases involving obscene materials that are harmful to children. It's a great bill. It passed both the House and the Senate. Senate Bill 985, which is by Senator Betancourt and also by Representative Richard Hayes. It passed both House, and helps with it's a election bill. It allows the counties with the smaller counties to consolidate precincts to lower some of the cost of our elections. So House Bill 14 by Cody Harris, it actually heads to the Business and Commerce today. It's the Texas Advanced Nuclear Deployment Act, which helps fund, streamline advanced nuclear energy projects right here in Texas. So that's a good bill that's supported by a Republican Party, and we thank Cody Harris for doing that. House Bill 796, it is by Representative Cecil Bell. This is known as the Texas Sovereignty Act, which allows Texas to essentially nullify federal actions that violate Constitution. Great bill. It respects the 10th Amendment and puts the enforcement in the hands of the state, not Washington. So great bill. It's moving. So help with that. House Bill 3225 by Daniel Alders, representative, prohibits sexually explicit materials from being accessible to minors in public libraries. This is a fight we've been fighting for many years. We have multiple bills, and there's always ways that liberals find a way to go back and work around it. So it's actually on the calendars today and should pass this afternoon. So we'll see about that. House Bill 4623 by Representative Mitch Little also focuses on keeping explicit content away from minors in public libraries. It's moving through committees at this point. The next one is Senate Bill 310, Senator Brian Hughes's bill. It bans ranked choice voting in Texas elections. Only one way to ban by getting true majority in the original cast. So that is Senate Bill 310. Senate Bill 396 by Senator Colkhorst. It actually strengthens the registration of integrity or voter registration by verifying suspicious addresses and inactive voters. It's a problem. Our rolls are not reliable anymore because of so much back and forth between counties and the SOS, and the data is vulnerable at this point. So we've been asking our senators, our legislators to help us strengthen that and actually clean up our voter rolls. And SOS is doing a lot of that already, but we need some strong bills to get that done. It is an election EI bill. That is Senate Bill 396. So the next one is SB 13 by Senator Angela Paxton, my senator. It gives parents more control over what their children can access in the school libraries and blocks harmful and profane materials. So that is Senate Bill 13, help with that. Senate Bill 1789 by Senator Schwartzner improves electric grid reliability and penalizes utilities that fail to maintain infrastructure, which is a grid bill. Already passed the committee and it's headed to the House calendars. So those are some of the bills that are happening within today, tomorrow, within the couple days. Hope you got those numbers. I will try to get those numbers posted on our site as well. By the way, we've kind of consolidated a lot of these bills, I guess, and then looked at them and said, all right, what bills are moving and which ones can we get behind? And so these are some of the like 30 some bills we picked at the last few days and said, all right, let's get these bills done. So that way we have some wins. The Legislative Priorities Committee have identified about, I believe it's 450 bills that we can get behind, some strong bills, but so a lot of them, didn't move. That's just the nature of legislator at this point. And so these are some of the bills that have some momentum. So we're getting behind these and trying to get them across the finish line. So whatever you can do to help with these are really appreciated. So now I want to give you someone texted me this morning when they saw that I'm going to be live for a few minutes on our socials and said, hey, can you talk about closed primaries? Well, yes, I can. It's a very important issue, closed primaries. Let me be very clear. The bill to close the Republican primary is stuck in Representative Matt Shaheen's committee. And frankly, it doesn't look like he's even going to plan to give it a hearing. Be honest with you, that is unacceptable. More than 80% of the Republican primary voters want a closed primary. The few who did not want it in the last election cycle, when we put this up for as a proposition, probably Democrats crossing over to pick the weakest Republican candidate so they can run their strong candidate against us. So call Representative Matt Shaheen's office and tell him to give this bill a hearing. And we don't want to have to go to the court to protect our primary process, but that's what it takes. We will do that, but we would rather have the legislator do the right thing. So that's my update for the day. I've got Daniel. I think we got some questions. So uh, the first one, when are you going to censure the rhinos? Well, great question. RPT Rule 44 allows us to censure elected Republicans um, who violates three or more core principles, right? Priorities. But it starts with your county party, not with me personally. If your representative isn't doing the right thing and voting with our platform and working against our platform or our priorities, take action at the county level. Several counties have already working on censure and on censures right now. Um, and what the way that works is once the county uses its resources to um, put together the censures and have a conversation with elected officials. There's a whole process on that. We actually created a guideline or advisory, sent it over to all the county parties. You guys can have access to that as well. I think it's on our website as well. It basically gives them a step-by-step direction on how to do this the right way, because everything we do will be challenged in court, and we want to say, yeah, we followed the rules, we did the right thing, we did it the right way. So start with your county party, and if that censure passes your county, then it will come to the state party. That's part of the censure process itself, and if the state party gets it, we will definitely review it at our resolutions committee and bring it over to the entire body. And your state Republican executive committee makes that decision. It's not the chairman's decision. They make the decision. They will make that recommendation to the chairman. Then I get to decide, or I get to move forward with that process. So I think there's a lot of people who are just upset that we're not censoring everyone. That's not the point of this Rule 44. The point is to make sure that we only have good Republicans running. And we want to do that the right way. So start with your county parties, talk to your precinct chair. So if you are a precinct chair, talk to your county chair and have that conversation and get those censures moving. And only censure someone if they really, really deserve it. Don't censure everyone just because you don't like one person. That's not how this is supposed to work. We cannot make emotional decisions, and we will not. We will stick with the facts, and we will stick with the process and the rules. So that's my answer to that. Another question, let's see. I'm disappointed in the changes to SB 17. Well, me too. It's been watered down, but we're working with conservative legislators, the members, to add some amendments. Tony Tinderholt have filed an amendment to this bill, or the changes that came out. He filed it last night. I think it's like 9:35 or 9:45 or something like that, to strengthen it. If the final bill isn't good enough, believe me, there will be pushback from the party and the possibly Rule 44 censures and all the things we have as tools in our on our side. The SB 17, it's a great bill. Started out awesome, then we got watered down in multiple areas, multiple places as it moved around the capital. The idea is we do not want hostile nations for purchasing our farmland and our land around here and working against us. Is basically what it is. And the listed nations are, I believe, it's China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. And it also allows or gives the governor power to add more countries if it comes to that. If we end up with in a fight with another nation that is hostile to us, we can add that nation. The governor have the right to do that, and that's the idea of SB 17. A lot of people started to talk about it. It's like a racist bill. It's not. It's protecting our sovereignty here in the United States and protecting our state. If we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. So everyone who says, well, you're against Chinese nationals or Iranians or Russians or North Koreans, it's really have nothing to do with the people. It has everything to do with hostile nations actually taking over our country, our state here in Texas. So that's my answer to that. We're working with the legislators to get this right. We will know over the next day or two where that's going. Let's take one more question and we'll wrap up. What are your thoughts on Ken Paxton versus John Cornyn? Well, I'm just going to say this, and I think I'm going to keep it very short because I don't want to be this is my role. Our role as the party is to run the primary, and I have to do it fairly and without any bias. So personally, I do have my personal opinions about it, but that stays between me, my God, and the next ballot and the next primaries. So we will run our primaries fairly and without any bias, and that's the role of the state chairman, and I will do that faithfully. So let's stay connected. Don't forget to visit Texas GOP and sign up for our newsletter. We send out a weekly legislative update. It gives you a lot of what I talk about in different areas of X and this and all of those things. What we're trying to do is keep you informed as much as possible in this era of so much noise, so many different things. We have to kind of make it so obvious so you guys are hearing what we're doing and how you can help get these priorities passed. So this morning we've launched a brand new podcast. The idea came in last night and we said, all right, let's just do it. It's only for 25 days. We're not starting a brand new deal, but it's called the Lone Star Agenda. Short, daily, 5 to 7 minutes of me giving you updates, maybe someone else. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. It's called Lone Star Agenda. It's a limited edition, limited version for the next 20-25 days until the session is over. So we'll keep you posted. We'll give you one clear action item every day. We'll give you more than one, but action items every day through the podcast and through our emails and everything else. So thank you again for being here today. Stay strong, stay active, and God bless you all.